Hey y'all, so real quick, is there a glare? Okay. I have these glasses to help with strain, but I have an app on my phone that I could take a picture of a plant and it'll tell me what the plant is, its benefits, where it usually grows. I'm trying to get rid of that glare. But I had a little poke salad or pokeweed growing on the side of the house out here. And I said, I know what that is. And my husband pulled it up the first year. I'm like, babe, what are you doing? He said, I didn't know. So he threw it over there in the bushes and it grew back this year. I was like, yes, do not cut this thing down. So I took a picture of it just to make sure that's what it was, and it was. But y'all, the app said that it's poisonous. Now, I'm not eating the little berry parts, but I am from the country. And growing up in the backyard, because it grows on a purple stalk, it has those little berries on it. We didn't eat the berries, but we ate the leaves. And you cook them like greens. Even being in the military, we would go to the woods and stuff in the field, do land nav, that stuff will be growing everywhere. And people thought I was crazy. I'm like, look, y'all, they got poke salad growing. They like, what? I'm like, yes, you can eat this. And they're like, oh, okay. And before you saw the little berries on it, you can tell it's poke salad because of the stalk. But I just found it strange that the app pretty much said the whole thing was poisonous. And I'm like, that's not even true. And the reason I'm bringing it up is it just made me think, what if I didn't grow up that way? What if I never ate poke? I ate it. Look at me now. I'm fine. Okay, I'm healthy. No health issues. I'm okay. Um, but I think about these apps, and I'm very finicky about apps. Even my Bible app, I deleted it because there's some stuff I found that was missing, some scriptures, some things that were twisted. And I'm like, that is not even what it says. So if they can do that, again, if somebody's never read it before, wouldn't have known that was missing or to look for it. The poke salad, if I never ate it before and heard stories about it, I wouldn't have known that, okay, something's not right about this. I would suggest not taking everything at face value. Also, um, the older people that know certain natural remedies, things that they tried back then, like when the whole milk thing, the baby milk disappeared, and people were like, well, back then mama and them did this, and some people are like, no, don't do that, look at us now. And I'm like, but they made do, and we're still here. Like, there was a temporary thing until we got past that. Same thing with this other stuff. Like, we need to reach back to some people who have done this before. The depression won't too long ago, y'all. They had to do certain things to get by. And it feels like we need to kind of do some research and talk to some of those people that survived it, or talk to some of their grandchildren or children who heard the stories of the Great Depression. And if they didn't have anything, what did they do? Because me listening to the app is not going to help. So I have wild poke salad growing out here where I can grow more. And again, it grows. I can be driving down the street and I will see poke salad. I know exactly what it is. And then that's sense enough to know, okay, don't eat the berries, eat the leaves. And then to a certain extent, enough. To a certain extent, I'm just saying, y'all, just bringing awareness. If you don't already, sit down, sit. You don't have to do all that. Buy books. Okay, I have some books. I go to the library, I get gardening books. I have a sewing book I'm trying to finish. Nothing like going online, watching YouTube, and things like that. But how long is that going to be up? Sometimes I go back and try to find a video, it's no longer available. And I'm like, oh no. Or if I find something that works and I do it for myself, like recipes, I may not ever find that recipe again and forget who had the recipe. I will write it down so I have it because I don't have time to go back every time and watch the whole video. I write it down, I write down the instructions, and I have something tangible in front of me. And that's all I'm saying, y'all. Buy some encyclopedias for herbal medicine. I got a herb garden growing out there for my own teas and my own medicine. Right now, overseas, that lockdown that happened, those people are buying up all the medicine over there, okay, in their own country, because that's where most of our medicine comes from. They are over there buying it all up, okay, the pain meds. So if you, Jordan, enough. If you can make your own, and then you know where it's coming from. Enough. Goodness. You know where it's coming from, what's in it. I actually don't even, the only fertilizer I use is fish emulsion. And if you live near water, you probably don't even really need that. Or take a fish head and throw it in the ground. There you go. That is all I use in my garden, and our food is growing just fine. I don't want to be reliant on this other stuff. Prices are going up. You don't know what they're putting in, especially if they know you need it. Who knows what, you know what I'm saying? I don't, and it's not about being paranoid, but we have to think. They didn't use all this stuff back then.
Excuse me?
Okay, excuse you. What were they using and still being able to grow just as much food? And they were just fine. And they had like 25 kids. We will be okay. We need to get back to some of that and do it now versus later. This is the time to experiment and figure it out before you have to and you're freaking out and you can't think clearly because you don't have a lot of time. You know, it's 4 seasons. Jordan, please, goodness, y'all. There's only 4 seasons, and lately it just got cold. It's December 11th or 10th. It just started getting cold yesterday. You know, for us that do over winter and put our stuff out there so it can, like cherry seeds, need to be cold for so long. It ain't been cold enough for that. So stuff is not the same. Every year when I grow things, it's a little different. So it's best to kind of have like a basic understanding how things go. But get out there and experience. He is doing the most right now. Won't doing none of this, y'all, until I start it. But get out there and experiment now while you have the time. You can make your notes. You can think clearly. You can get to certain things now while they're still on the shelf. Just do your research. Get some tangible books. Y'all see this? I have a stack of books that I can read, make notes, print out. And then in the library, you can check things out for 3 weeks at a time. And then you can go back and check them out again. Get it up here, okay? And have something tangible. Because we're seeing like the technology, didn't they shut down their grid too? Like they couldn't get to anything. They couldn't call. They couldn't get on the internet. Y'all, we rely on the internet heavily. Shoot, I'm on it right now to get information. That should not be our only means. You know, because we didn't have it, 20, 30 something years ago. So just in that amount of time, how dependent we are. I just want to say that. I don't even know why I went that long. But get out there, try it. Try to grow stuff in your house in case you can't put your stuff outside. Just figure out what works. Don't read, or not read, but let someone tell you, hey, no, you can't do this. Try it. You never know. And usually things acclimate itself to wherever you plant it or how you grow it. It may say it don't grow well. It may not get as big, but it will probably still grow. Just try it out. But y'all, I love you. I just had to say that because it's like the second time something like that happened where it told you not to do something, but you could. The Bible app was missing some scriptures or some things was twisted up. Y'all, we got to get back to the tangible. Okay, I'm gonna keep saying it, um, and just warn as many people as you can. Try to put the word out, but we all know everyone's not gonna hear it. But when that time comes, they're gonna try to come to you, and it's up to you whether you want to help them or not, because you've been giving them warnings. But I don't see how you can't see, what's going on out here. But yes, leave your comments. Have you noticed the same thing? Yeah. Y'all, thank y'all. I love you, and I will see y'all later.